Hello, now we will introduce you to the Velox metal detector, developed by NOKTA Engineering, specifically for coins, jewelry, relics, gold, and small metals. First, let's start with the assembly. The carrying bag you see on the screen is optional and sold separately. You can carry Velox everywhere, comfortably, and safely, with this carrying bag designed specifically to fit your device and all its accessories. Now, let's take a look at the parts and accessories of the device. System box. Handle and S-rod. Upper shaft. Extension shaft. Search coil. Battery. Headphones. Wing nut, fastening screw, and washers. Optional battery case. You may use the battery by attaching it to your waistband or to the side of the system box using this battery case sold separately. And the final accessory that comes with the device is the 110 220 volt AC charger, which we are not going to be using here in the field today. Now let's start the Velox assembly. As shown in the video, holding the metal pin pressed, insert the S-rod into its place underneath the system box. Then adjust the armrest to a comfortable length and secure it by tightening the wing nut. Now we will attach the search coil to the extension shaft. First, place the washers into the openings on both sides at the end of the extension shaft. Then, place the shaft on the coil so that the metal pin is facing down. Insert the fastening screw through the hole and tighten it using the wing nut. Insert the upper shaft into the S-rod by holding the metal pin pressed and click the pin into its hole. Then secure it by tightening the twist lock. Insert the extension shaft into the upper shaft, holding the metal pin pressed. Adjust the height by clicking the pin into one of the holes. Then secure it by tightening the twist lock again. Wrap the coil cable around the shaft all the way up as shown in the video. Be sure not to wrap the cable too tight during this step. Insert the cable end connector in the coil input socket underneath the system box and twist to secure it. Plug the battery cable into the battery input socket underneath the system box and tighten securely. Then, attach the battery to your waistband as shown in the video. Finally, insert the Velcro strap through the metal hook and tighten it. Velox assembly is completed. If you buy the optional battery case, you can assemble it as shown in the video. In this video, you will watch how to ground balance the Velox. First, reset the device to factory settings as shown in the video. When the device is turned on, a melody will be heard, and approximately 10 seconds later, you will hear a long beep, indicating that the device is ready to use. Holding the search coil 5 centimeters above the ground, sweep it right and left, keeping it parallel to the ground. If the device receives ground noise, turn the ground balance knob clockwise in small increments until the noise is gone. Once the device is silent, you can start searching. For maximum depth, do not turn the ground balance knob to the right more than necessary. Generally speaking, the mid-level between 4 to 7 offers the most ideal and stable detection capability on different types of ground without sacrificing depth. So if you cannot ground balance within this range, leave the ground balance knob at around level 6 or 7 and lower sensitivity in small increments until the noise is gone. After ground balancing the device, should the device get any interference during searching, lowering sensitivity in small increments is recommended again. The level at which sensitivity interference is eliminated depends on ground and environmental conditions. You may lower the sensitivity slightly less and search with little interference and without losing too much depth, or eliminate interference completely and search that way. This all depends on the preference and experience of the user. In this video, we will show you the metal discrimination of Velox, as well as the settings used for iron discrimination. We use 3 different metals in our tests: a modern coin, a nail, and an old silver coin. As shown in the video, the device has 3-tone audio discrimination. The lower tone is for ferrous metals. For non-ferrous metals and gold, the device produces 2 very similar high tones. When you want to avoid detecting ferrous metals, you can turn the iron switch off and enable the device to eliminate these metals and not produce a warning tone. Another setting used in the device for discrimination is the iron discrimination. By turning the iron discrimination knob to the right, you can enable the ground effect to be reflected as iron and eliminate it by turning the iron switch off. Iron discrimination also enables metals containing iron to produce a low tone and to be discriminated more easily. Discrimination starts at about level 4 to 6. Below this level, all metals, including iron, will produce a non-ferrous high tone, and generally speaking, the device will perform at its maximum depth. In addition, the iron switch will not be active below this level. As shown in the video, we set the iron discrimination at level 1. At this level, although the iron switch is off, the device produces a high non-ferrous tone for all metals. Then we bring the iron discrimination to maximum level. Because the iron switch is off, we see that the device eliminates the nail completely and does not produce any warning tone. Even though we can eliminate ferrous metals with the iron switch, it is harder to eliminate some iron metals, such as a rusted nail. As you see in the video, although the iron switch is off, the device produces a weak and erratic sound for the rusty nail. In such a case, turn the iron discrimination knob to maximum and check whether the device is generating a signal. If the device is still giving a signal, set the device to mineral mode 1 and check again. If it continues to produce a signal, try mineral mode 2 or 3 respectively. As shown in the video, the device will easily manage to completely eliminate the toughest iron metals. You can use these settings also in high iron mineralization, wet beach sand, and wet plowed lands. To learn more, please watch our video titled Searching in High Mineralization and Beach Sand. Another setting used in the device is the Signal Audio Boost. The Signal Audio Boost switch boosts the sound of weak signals received from small or deep metals, making it easier for you to detect those uncertain targets. It does not increase depth. At position 1, the booster is off. At 2, the signal audio will be higher. And at 3, it will be heard at its maximum. Please note that Signal Audio Boost should be used on a temporary or as-needed basis because it will not only boost the target signal audio, but it will also boost the loudness of ground noise and false signals. Therefore, it is recommended to keep the switch at position 1 and turn it to position 2 or 3 only when you want to verify a weak metal signal and then turn it off again. After the ground balance is done, the device may be affected by mineralized stones or dips and holes and generate false signals. Therefore, if you are searching on a ground loaded with mineralized stones or dips and holes, it is recommended to ground balance over one of these stones or holes. In this video, you will see that once ground balancing is done over a stone or a hole, the device will not be affected by them, and it will actually detect metals in the hole easily. Velox is designed to allow for easy searching in high mineralized ground, such as extremely salty soil, wet beach sand, and wet plowed land, which are problematic for most detectors. Which settings can be used when searching in wet beach sand is shown as an example in this video. You may use the same settings in areas where there is high iron mineralization. Especially in areas of high iron mineralization and wet beach sand, you may not be able to ground balance the device, just like you see in the video. Similarly, lowering the sensitivity may not be sufficient to eliminate ground noise. In such a case, leave the ground balance setting at around level 6, as we have also mentioned in our ground balance video. In general, when searching in wet saltwater beach sand, the most ideal settings are the maximum level of the iron discrimination. Iron switch off. And mineral 1, 2, or 3 modes. So how will you decide whether the ground you're on has iron mineralization or not? If you cannot ground balance the device, and the device is constantly producing a low ferrous tone when the iron switch is on, we can say that the ground is iron mineralized. In such a situation, the settings you have just watched will eliminate the ground effect and enable you to search conveniently. If the beach sand is dry, like the one you're currently watching in the video, you may be able to search by just adjusting the ground balance and the sensitivity settings without the need for iron discrimination and mineral modes.